So the last Call of Duty I played a lot was Black Ops 3. Before that, I had played every single Call of Duty a lot since like Call of Duty 3. Well, I didn't play COD 3 a lot, but I did play it with my friends a bit, but I sucked so bad I kind of quit. Oh, fuck. That just totally justifies SBMM, right? No, it fucking doesn't, because I bought the next fucking Call of Duty, worked my ass off, and managed to get a point .9 KD on Call of Duty 4. Okay, point .9. We can do that. We can deal with that. Now move on to World at War. 1.1. Okay, 1.1 KD. Modern Warfare 2. 1.3, bro. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm not a god, but man, I was improving. I was having fun, man. I was loving it. But anyways, this is not about the old school CODs. I just went on a tangent. Those are good days. You youngins wouldn't understand. You have to deal with these new bullshit CODs. I mean, they're okay, but it's not the golden age. I'll just say that. Anyways, so those old COD games, I always saw them as like fun arcadey shooters. And I always viewed them as pretty casual as well. Everyone I knew, like all the dudes I knew, played COD most likely. So like, and a lot of them were like athletes and like sports people. They weren't huge gamers, but they'd hop on COD every now and then. I could always pop one of those old Call of Duties into my console, play some music in the background, and still do pretty decent without having to try like super hard. And when I felt competitive, honestly, I would play other shooters that were way more balanced. But Call of Duty was just more like chill and fun. It was always there if you just want to lay back, get easy kills, and use overpowered kill streaks. Those were the best. The whole point of Call of Duty was the OP kill streaks. Oh my god, you could wreck shit with a chopper gunner, bro. It was insane. The old school chopper gunners, wow. But after Black Ops 3, I decided to take a break from Call of Duty and most multiplayer games in general. So I went years without playing COD. But recently, I put over a dozen hours in Cold War. Whew! And I quickly learned how awful skill-based I don't even want to say it. How awful SBMM has made the game. And I feel so bad for the current COD community, because apparently they've been dealing with this shit for years. So sit back and listen to my horror story about an old school COD player who wakes up in SBMM hell. So one day I decided to try Cold War, because I've loved every Treyarch game in the past. I bought the game on PC. I was expecting to be pretty rusty, since I hadn't played COD in years. I fully expected to get my ass kicked for a few days until I got back into the swing of things, So I start up Cold War, I play a couple matches, and to my surprise, I am kicking ass. I am dropping motherfuckers left and right on maps I've never even played on before. Right off the bat, my KD was hovering around like a 2 for my first 5 games or so. And in my head, I'm thinking, wow, I still got it. I'm the man. I'm only gonna get better from here. Oh, I am in for a good time. But I was very wrong about that. You have to remember, I was playing Cold War on a brand new Call of Duty account. So the SBMM system in the background put my first games in noob lobbies in order to gauge my skill level. But I didn't know that at the time, so I was riding high. But around my 10th game, I realized I'm not doing as well. I'm still easily going positive, but I'm not kicking ass like I was during the start, So I just assumed I got too comfortable and I just need to focus more. So I do what a gamer does. I chug my energy drink and I start laying the hammer down on my opponents once again. At the very start, I was getting amazing stats without trying. But now I'm giving it my all and getting great stats once again, and I'm feeling great. I'm getting into the flow of things, I'm learning the maps, I'm kicking some butt, But by my 15th match, I start realizing that my opponents are starting to react to me extremely quickly. I mean quick. Never in my life has the enemy team so consistently reacted this fast to my presence. Of course, I've ran into some great players in the old Call of Duties, but it was usually like 1 or 2 great players on the enemy team. But I quickly realized that every single one of my opponents had extremely quick reaction times and were pulling off these crazy maneuvers in order to make themselves hard to hit, jumping, sliding around everywhere. Oh my, I was like, what is happening? So I just assumed it was bad luck. It was just a string of unlucky lobbies. That happens. That used to happen in the old CODs. You'd get put in like a bunch of sweaty lobbies in a row every once in a while. And I was sure I would eventually find normal lobbies that weren't filled with all these high skilled players. So I drink another energy drink and keep playing. But now I'm trying even harder not to die, so I can keep up with some of these better players until I find, a normal lobby with, a higher percentage of average players as opposed to the fucking sweat lords I'm fucking dealing with at this moment. But I never found that average lobby. By my 25th game, I'm out here sweating my ass off, clenched up. Never in my life have I been so clenched up playing Call of Duty or any game. And I'm very confused because I felt my map knowledge and reaction time had vastly improved since my first couple of games. But I was somehow doing worse. And I was also wondering why all my lobbies were suddenly filled with amazing players. The game was putting me through the ringer, but my pride would not allow me to go negative. Because this is Call of Duty. This is a casual game with a casual fan base. And I'm a gamer, goddammit. So I'm gonna wreck these casuals like I should. So I'm sitting here there, breaking my back just to get decent stats when I realize that I'm extremely stressed. I'm clenched, bro. I am clenched. The energy drinks were not helping with that. And I'm not having the casual fun that I would expect from the old CODs. So I stopped playing for the day. I just assumed the reason I wasn't getting great stats anymore was due to a combination of fatigue and bad luck. So I stopped for the day. And the next day comes along. I boot up my first match of Cold War. And I'm immediately getting shit on by bunny hopping sweat lords. Like, dude, let me warm up first, but no. So I leave that lobby, look for another, same fucking thing, more sweaty ass lobbies. I'm like, what the fuck? And this was like in the morning. I was playing in the morning. Like, are that many like good ass players on? I was thinking racist shit. I'm like, is Japan and China on right now? Is that why I'm getting my ass fucking wrecked? It was weird. Like, Call of Duty is supposed to be this casual thing. At least that's what I was used to, because the last Call of Duty I played was Black Ops 3. Anyway, so now I'm starting to think that I had just been extremely lucky with the easy lobbies I had yesterday when it had first started. And at this point, I'm honestly under the impression that 95% of COD players all have amazing response times, know the best guns, and learn the best maneuvers. So I'm like, wow, okay, the COD community has really stepped up their game over the years. They're not as casual as it once was. I mean, that makes sense. Okay. So now I'm thinking, okay, I wanna keep up with these guys, so let me learn a few things. So I go to YouTube, I look up the best weapons and tips for Cold War, which is kind of absurd now that I think of it, because I decided to start playing COD again to have a casual multiplayer experience, where I could get decent stats, just chilling. But now I'm out here doing all this research just so I can keep a 1.1 KD. So I'm looking up Cold War tips, and then I see that one of the recommended videos is titled something like How Skill-Based Matchmaking Works in Cold War. And after I read that title, everything started to make sense. Things started to click. So I started learning about SBMM, through YouTube. And apparently the game is using my stats to pit me against other players with similar skill levels just to keep most people around a 1 KD and also protect the lower skilled players, from the super sweat lords. And I'm not saying I'm like super good, but like I'm usually good, man. But after learning about this freaking SBMM matchmaking EOMM shit, my heart was literally broken for the COD community. Because when I first started playing Cold War, I thought matchmaking worked the same way it did in the older titles. I thought they would put you in the lobby with the best connection because duh, who wouldn't want the best connection? And I thought, you'd get a lobby with the best connection and then they would balance the teams as best as they could. Sure, it was not perfect, but nothing is, okay? But it was fair. It was fair. More fair, at least. But now I know that the game is actually sacrificing our connection quality in order to put us all in matches with people with similar skill levels. And keep in mind, I was highly caffeinated the first day I played Cold War, so I was trying my ass off, only to get rewarded with tougher opponents. Which is complete bullshit, because the reason most people decide to get really good at a multiplayer game is to earn the ability to easily shit on the majority of players who are average to bad. No, not to stomp on noobs, it's stomp, not even stomp, just like do well against your average dude. But nope, and that's just not the casual experience that I go to COD for. But that's just my personal preference. I can see the appeal of someone like battling against SBMM and like getting to higher skill brackets to first better opponents. I can see the fun of that, but nah, personally, like I said, I go to COD for a more casual thing. And due to the law of averages, most matches in a game used to have a mix of bad, average, and good players. But that's no longer the case. And everyone's, you know, of similar skill level, because SBMM and EOMM. If you put in the time and effort to master a game, you expect to be rewarded, but instead we're being punished and sentenced to a lifetime of sweaty lobbies. COD is no longer the fun, casual experience it used to be, and apparently SBMM has been ruining COD since Modern Warfare 2019. So I'm no longer gonna play their games until they decide that ping is king. It's simple. It makes fucking sense. Come on. It's a game. Everyone should be on as fair as on equal grounds as possible. So until they start prioritizing connection more in matchmaking, I'm not playing COD. I am not. And I know, I even tried Modern Warfare 2 on my brother's account and same sweaty ass shit. It's crazy. And I know SBMM is actually EOMM, which stands for Engagement Optimized Matchmaking. And for those who don't know, what EOMM will do is every once in a while, it'll put you in like a pretty easy lobby, so you get like really good stats and feel good about yourself, and then you'll kind of want to keep playing, because it's been proven that doing stuff like that giving you a good game every now and then, a couple bad games, a couple good games, like, it's been proven that that variety keeps players playing longer sessions. So the EOMM is always trying to give you that variety to keep you on the game, and it's really manipulative, and I hate it. So all that is the reason why I am quitting COD, why I already quit COD. I haven't played since like the second month of like Modern Warfare 2. And that's why I quit COD, all those reasons, those main reasons. And you should too. Honestly, stop supporting this manipulative, unfair system just so Activision can sell bundles to fucking whales.